How much do we really know about space? Its magnitude has allowed for many aspects to go unknown since humans first left Earth and have experienced life outside of our planet. Even the most knowledgeable scientists struggle to understand the inner workings of outer space, as they unearth discoveries each and every day. So today, here at Unexplained Mysteries, we'll be taking a look at mysterious discoveries from space. Mysterious rocks on the moon. This first discovery begins with a mission to the moon that at face value seemed normal, or rather boring, but turned out to be much more than meets the eye. Shortly after Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin successfully landed on the moon, the Apollo 14 mission was set to take off. The mission took place in 1971, and the crew was made up of Commander Alan Shepard, Command Module Pilot Stuart Roosa, and Lunar Module Pilot Edgar Mitchell. With a 9-day trip set in motion, all three astronauts hoped to change the course of space knowledge by photographing the Earth and Moon. This, alongside exploring the vast surface of the Moon, among other projects. During their exploration, Shepard and Mitchell collected moon rocks to bring back to the Earth. This was in order to provide scientists with the opportunity to observe and gain a better understanding of the Moon. After collecting nearly 100 pounds of moon rocks over the course of 9 days, the crew returned to Earth. They passed the torch to scientists upon landing in the Pacific Ocean with no idea of what would be uncovered. Following the landing, scientists came across one rock that had them perplexed. Decades after the mission, NASA had entrusted Curtin University in Australia with one rock in particular. They theorised about the rock, and it was only in 2018 that Professor Alexander Nemchin discovered properties to the rock that are commonly found on Earth and seldom found on the Moon. The first observation was from a 1.8 gram sample that contained granite and quartz, both of which are especially rare minerals to find on the Moon. Zircon was also found within the rock, and after close analysis, it was unlike any other lunar sample, but strangely similar to those found on Earth. Therefore, this peculiar finding has led to the belief that rock was formed on none other than our home planet. This mystery drove scientists to wonder how the rock could have made the journey to the Moon on its own. How could that be possible? Professor Nemchin and his team worked tirelessly to understand and make sense of this phenomenon, eventually arriving at a theory. The rock was birthed over 4 billion years before the Apollo 14 mission stepped foot on the Moon. Their theory states that whilst the asteroids and meteors were striking the Earth with blunt force and forming the world as we know today, at some point, meteors must have hit hard enough to catapult pieces from the Earth over to the Moon. Although this theory seems incomprehensible, the Moon at that time was approximately 3 times closer to Earth than it is presently. Another theory states that the rock would have been formed on the Moon itself billions of years ago. This would have only been possible if the environment of the Moon was essentially opposite to what it's like currently, making Nemchin's initial theory significantly more plausible. Regardless of how this rock came to be, this mystery is unlikely to be demystified in our lifetime. NASA finds ancient organic material on Mars. The prospect of life on Mars has been a long topic of debate. Our second mystery investigates unknown organic material found on Mars and where it may have come from. After sending the Curiosity rover to seek answers about this planet, NASA has found evidence from rocks on Mars that lead scientists to believe that ancient life could have been supported here. Although news of this evidence cannot confirm life on Mars yet, it provides us with more information regarding the planet's history. This new discovery takes place in the form of 2 unusual intricacies, the first one being known as organic molecules. Organic molecules consist of many elements, including carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. Whilst these elements are often associated with life, organic molecules aren't unquestionably signals of life. They can be created through non-biological processes and therefore cannot currently provide evidence of life on Mars. The Curiosity rover was used to drill material from mudstone, which is a type of sedimentary rock. They took samples of the mudstone, originating billions of years ago from a specific site in the Gale crater. After careful examination, some particles were found to contain sulfur, which would have been a preserving factor. Further evaluation of this material resulted in the findings of astonishing levels of organic carbon concentrations. This level of carbon can be closely related to the levels found in Martian meteorites and much greater than what would be found on the surface of Mars. Chlorine was also found within the rocks in 2013, alluding to ancient debris. These findings are a step in the right direction and continue to motivate scientists to dig deeper and delve into their curiosity. It's only further encouraged the scientific community to search for answers and evidence of life. The second facet of this discovery consists of a pattern found in the release of methane on Mars over the years. Observing seasonal variations in the methane on Mars could conceivably point to ancient human life. In one study, scientists argued this possibility after studying the peak in the warmer months and drop-off in the cooler months each year over the course of 6 years. The duration of this pattern lends us to question why this methane is present and if it could point to life. With NASA's plan to further explore this planet in the future, who's to say this mystery will remain unsolved? NASA detects humming on Mars. Despite the continuous research conducted on Mars, we endlessly run into new mysteries surrounding this planet, one of which relies heavily on a sense we often overlook. That sense is sound. It's challenging to believe something without seeing it, but we cannot discount NASA's disclosure of a humming sound on Mars. This exciting discovery began when NASA's InSight lander made contact with Mars in 2018. With an intricate seismometer and various other apparatus used to read the geologic activity, there were plenty of revelations to take note of. Besides the unusual humming sound, the InSight lander detected Mars's first active fault zone that displayed pulses and sequences in magnetic fields. This not only points to areas in which further research concerning present-day Mars can be completed, but also speaks to the history of the planet. Soon after, news of the first Marsquake in 2019 followed, and brought many questions and concerns. Not knowing exactly how these quakes originate on Mars, scientists and geologists have been working to pinpoint the cause. In the midst of these quakes, an inexplicable signal was discovered that created a humming sound. Whilst Earth is no stranger to the sound of background hums, particularly the crashing of ocean waves, the humming on Mars is at a much higher pitch. It was at 2.4 Hz, to be exact. Many scientists have theorized as to what this humming could mean, with little to no success. Although some suggest this sound may have come from the wild winds that the planet faces, others suggest it may have been caused by the geology beneath the InSight lander. This could produce a ringing tone due to the trapping of waves during a quake. The magnetic field of Mars is also significant in this discovery, as it's 10 times stronger than what had been predicted before the InSight lander touched down. With a more intense magnetic field than expected, no one has yet to figure out if it plays a role in our past or present life. When comparing life on Earth and our magnetic field to what's been observed on Mars, it invites a new discussion. Geodynamics can be used to describe the workings of our magnetic field due to the rotating iron core within the planet. As it churns many miles beneath us, it forges our magnetic field. This can be seen as a shield that works to protect us from solar radiation. Whilst we know geodynamics once existed on Mars, that's no longer the case. Instead, we find its magnetism scattered throughout the planet with various levels of intensity. Understanding the magnetic energy of Mars could be the key to unraveling more insightful information. With this information, there's potential to start retrieving answers to many questions at hand. Much about outer space is still presently unknown, which deems it challenging to wrap our minds around each mystery. We'll have to see what the InSight lander reveals in the years to come. There's not much within our control unless you're a scientist or astronaut. For now, all we can do is stay up to date on the enigmas of our solar system. who knows, with the advance in technological practices, we may have more answers than we've ever thought possible over the next few decades. So what do you make of these space discoveries? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community whilst working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.